Welcome. Human behavior is a study of contradictions. We possess the explicit knowledge for optimal performance, yet we chronically engage in behaviors of self-sabotage. Perhaps nowhere is this paradox more evident than in our complex relationship with sleep. Have you experienced that cognitive dissonance, that specific temporal distortion, where time dissolves in the ambient glow of a screen? One more video, one more article, and suddenly, the clock displays 3 a.m. You awaken, predictably, after a mere 6 hours. The physiological response is immediate: ocular strain, cognitive fog, and profound fatigue. You make the same proclamation you always do: I will prioritize rest tomorrow. But tomorrow remains a perpetual abstraction. Yet the modern narrative is saturated with anecdotal evidence. That one entrepreneur, that high performer, who boldly claims to thrive on only 5 hours of sleep. They report feeling amazing, sharp, fully charged. And the logical question from the sleep-deprived majority is, how is this physiologically possible? Is this a genuine, albeit rare, biological capacity, or is it a dangerous form of performative productivity? Today, we will deconstruct the psychophysiological mechanisms behind how some individuals appear to require less sleep, and how they supposedly maintain peak cognitive function. We must differentiate the biological exception from the optimized norm. We aim to analyze sleep architecture, not to advocate for its destruction. The primary misconception relates to duration. The fundamental truth is not the quantity of hours spent unconscious, but the architectural quality and efficiency of the brain's progression through distinct sleep cycles. Your brain does not simply shut down. It initiates a complex, structured, and non-linear process. This process involves cycling through multiple stages approximately every 90 minutes, from light sleep, progressing into profound, deep sleep, and culminating in rapid eye movement, or REM. Let us be precise. Deep sleep, often referred to as non-REM stage 3, facilitates somatic recovery. This is cellular-level restoration, muscle repair, immune system fortification, and energy replenishment. REM sleep, by contrast, is cognitive recovery. This is neural optimization, memory consolidation, enhanced focus, and the facilitation of creative problem-solving. When these 90-minute cycles are clean, uninterrupted, and properly aligned, the body can achieve substantial recovery, even within a compressed time frame of 5.5 to 6 hours. But, and this is the critical variable, if your sleep architecture is fragmented, if it is compromised by endogenous factors like stress or exogenous factors like blue light exposure, caffeine, or acoustic disruption, you can remain in bed for 9 hours and still awaken in a state of physiological deficit, feeling utterly depleted. Therefore, our objective is not simply more time. It is maximizing the density of restorative deep and REM sleep achieved per hour. We will now examine the science-backed, actionable protocol. This is the system designed to make 5 to 6 hours of sleep feel functionally equivalent to 8 hours of restorative rest. First, establish rigid sleep-wake consistency. This applies to all 7 days of the week, including weekends. Your brain thrives on predictive patterns. Consistency reinforces your endogenous circadian rhythm. When you adhere to a fixed schedule, your body is effectively trained to manage its own neurochemistry. It learns to release melatonin, the hormone of darkness, automatically at the appropriate time. Research from institutions like Stanford University confirms that irregular sleep schedules create a state of social jet lag. This confuses the brain, measurably shortening the duration and reducing the amplitude of deep sleep. Therefore, select a fixed schedule. For example, 11 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. Adhere to it relentlessly. This rhythm alone will make the morning transition feel significantly less abrasive. Second, adhere to the 90-minute cycle rule. As established, each sleep cycle approximates 90 minutes. Waking up during the middle of a cycle, particularly from deep sleep, is what causes the debilitating sensation known as sleep inertia. Conversely, waking at the conclusion of a full cycle allows you to surface during a lighter stage of sleep, which promotes a feeling of alertness. You must therefore plan your sleep duration in multiples of 90 minutes. 4.5 hours represents 3 cycles. 6 hours is 4 cycles. 7.5 hours constitutes 5 cycles. Set your alarm based on this biological mathematics, not on arbitrary societal numbers. Third, implement a pre-sleep shutdown sequence. We call this the 60-minute power down. This is an elite habit, and it is the one most individuals fail to practice. The final hour before your designated sleep time is not rest. It is preparation for quality rest. Employ the 3-2-1 method. 3 hours before bed, cease all heavy food consumption. 2 hours before bed, conclude all cognitively demanding work or stress-inducing activities. 1 hour before bed, terminate all screen exposure. You must replace the stimulating blue light of screens with dim, warm lighting. Engage in gratitude journaling or mindfulness meditation. Listen to a calm playlist, ideally between 60 and 80 beats per minute. Perform light stretching. This entire sequence sends a powerful, unambiguous signal to your autonomic nervous system. It is time to shift from fight or flight to rest and digest. Fourth, morning light exposure equals instant freshness. First thing after waking, the first action must not be interacting with your phone. Instead, step outside for 10 minutes of direct sunlight. That specific light exposure is the primary Zeitgeber, or external cue, that resets your circadian rhythm. It suppresses any lingering melatonin. It simultaneously boosts serotonin, a neurotransmitter critical for mood, motivation, and alertness. You will literally feel your brain activate naturally, independent of stimulants. Fifth, introduce cold water or movement immediately after waking. Do not hit the snooze button. Instead, generate action. Wash your face with cold water. Or perform 20 push-ups or jumping jacks. Execute any activity that raises your heart rate. This physiological jolt boosts dopamine and noradrenaline. These neurochemicals instantly clear the remaining sleep inertia. Within 3 minutes, your subjective energy levels will skyrocket. We will now cover advanced sleep optimization techniques. These are next-level modifications employed by high-performing individuals. 1. Caffeine timing. Cease all caffeine consumption after 2 o'clock p.m. Caffeine functions by blocking adenosine, the neurochemical that builds up during the day to create sleep pressure. If you consume it late, it remains in your system for 6 to 8 hours. Even if you can fall asleep, your deep sleep architecture is compromised. Studies show a reduction of up to 30%. 2. Curate a dark, cold, and quiet room. Your ideal sleep environment is specific. The temperature should be between 18 and 20 degrees Celsius. The lights must be pitch black, or you must use a sleep mask. The sound should be either silence or calibrated white noise. The colder and darker the environment, the more efficiently your body produces melatonin and generates deep sleep. 3. Magnesium and herbal support. Low magnesium levels are robustly correlated with poor sleep quality. You may consider supplementing with magnesium glycinate or drinking ashwagandha tea before bed. However, you must always consult a medical professional first. These supplements are known to calm the nervous system without pharmacological intervention. 4. Mental decluttering. Before bed, perform a brain dump. Transcribe your thoughts, anxieties, and to-do lists onto paper. When your mind is racing, your brain is kept in high-frequency beta waves. This is the awake mode. The act of journaling physically shifts your brain into lower-frequency alpha and theta waves. This is, neurochemically, the ready for deep sleep mode. Finally, we must address the mindset shift that governs all of this. Sleep is not a weakness. It is not a liability. It is a non-negotiable performance tool. There is no value in bragging about sleeping 4 hours. The true metric of success is mastering efficient neurological recovery. Success is not determined by who stays awake the latest. It is determined by who awakens with cognitive clarity, emotional calm, and genuine focus. You cannot pour from an empty brain. When you optimize your sleep architecture, you reclaim your time, your energy, and your life. Sleep less, but sleep smarter. Train your body to rest deeply, to dream vividly, and to awaken with power. Because one day when you wake up before your alarm, your eyes open, your heart calm, your mind clear, you will realize you never needed more time. You simply needed better energy. If you found this analysis valuable, subscribe to the channel. And please, comment below with your own observations on sleep and performance.